they wouldn't know much about Shah Rukh Khan. Maybe my father might know something about Shah Rukh Khan, but if you go to the village side, they don't know much about Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan is being portrayed as a handsome man. When it comes to describing the beauty of a person, don't act like as if you're Shah Rukh Khan. So this kind of statements are made very often. So we know him. And for Tamil people, no matter how many Miss World comes, it will only be Aishwarya for world beauty for us.
I think that's for all Indians.
Oh.
Would Tamil girls be ready to marry someone outside of Tamil culture?
Definitely.
Really?
We are so much ready. We actually, if you see, almost half of the Tamil girls like North Indian guys.
Really?
Yes. Half of the Tamil boys like Malayali girls.
I can tell you on behalf of me and my Punjabi friends and bros, we'd be very open to dating and marrying South Indian girls.
Tamil girls like North Indian guys, to be honest.
I know it's 4 of the girls I've dated ever in my life, out of like maybe 7 or 8 have been South Indian. Because of intellectual conversation.
Okay, don't go and tell a Tamil girl that you have dated 4 and 5 girls. Will not be considered.
I take that back in Tamil. Today's guest, Keerthi History, is known for her YouTube channel where she's pretty straightforward. She says it like it is. She revisits wrongly taught sections of Indian history, and that's what I thought today's episode would be about. But instead, we focused a lot more on Tamil Nadu, on Tamil history, on Tamil politics, on Tamil culture, and even on Tamil dating aspects. I feel Tamil Nadu is a country in itself, especially when you go visit. And every Indian needs to understand more about Tamil Nadu because in many ways, it's the one part of our country that's still completely connected to its own ancient culture. Visiting Tamil Nadu is extremely culturally enriching. And if you haven't visited Tamil Nadu, I think today's podcast might just be a reason that you decide to visit. Fantastic conversation. This wasn't an interview. This was just 2 different worlds getting to know each other. If you're of Tamil origin, please spread this podcast as far and as wide as is possible. And if you're someone who's trying to learn about Tamil culture or just learn about Indian culture in general, this is the podcast for you. TRS featuring Keerthi History begins now. Another history special with Keerthi History. How are you, Keerthi?
I'm good, Ranveer. How are you?
Good. I love that you studied history for your graduation. I haven't met too many people who've done that, honestly, in the modern day. Even the historians we've had on the show have studied something else and then switched to history over time. What do you study about when you're studying for your graduation? If you're studying history, everyone knows what you study about in school and maybe even college. Lots of people drop history in 11th and 12th. But what happens when you study history in like senior college?
So, if you ask my case, in 11th and 12th, I did max biology actually. So, I wanted to become an archaeologist. So, that's why in Tamil Nadu, we don't have that course. So, my parents didn't allow me to go outside and study. So, I had to choose history. But if you have to talk about the syllabus, it's still not much deep, I think. The way we study. We have a 1,000-year-old temple at my place. I didn't study a single line about that temple. So it's kind of the same thing you study in school, but in a much elaborated way. The things that needs to be covered, it's not covered. So I wouldn't say that studying history is as a graduation, you get to know a lot of things. You certainly don't.
You're also a little pissed off about how history was taught to us in school and college. So I actually want to know what pissed you off, like about history. And that's what's resulted in you being fiery and straight to the point. I'm sure there's a lot of people who dislike your point of view as well. So just tell me a little bit more about this.
So I'm just asking, you would have studied history in your schools. When you get to know about the another side of the story, the things that were not told enough, you kind of feel disappointed, right? So imagine I dedicated my career into this. I got medical seat, Siddha medical seat. I refused it and chose history. This as my career, and I've been taught nothing but bullshit. So
why do you say that? Like, what specifically was bullshit?
I'll tell you an example. When I realized how the history we have been taught is not the real history. So it was at the end of my college, the last semester, and we are reading the last part of the subject, and it's about the Tamil Nadu history. It was mentioned that there's a river in Chennai. It's called Kuvam River. The Kuvam River was flourishing after this. They mentioned the Karnaniti and Jayalalitha, the two leaders. They did a lot of welfare schemes for that river, and the river kind of flourished after their period. They asked me to, when the teacher said that, I literally know that's literally a drainage now. So why do you expect, I can see that that's a drainage. Why do you expect me to write that they did a lot of welfare? They might have done, but they didn't give any result.
You mean the river's condition right now is actually really bad?
It's drainage. It's not river. It's a drainage. Completely a drainage.
Like it's used for sewage?
Yeah. It's not river anymore. It's a drainage. And it's not a history that's 100 years back. It's just 30 years back. So that kind of pissed me off. Like, why do you expect me to write this in the exams? But I know this thing is not true. But then I realized that history is written in favor of the people who are in power. So maybe that's why I started to kind of getting little pissed off about the things and getting to know behind the scenes, maybe.
Okay. I think now the audience is in a position where they're getting to know the real nature of independence, and this takes nothing away from Gandhiji, who also had his own role to play in like the whole independence movement. You can't paint it entirely as white or black. That's what I've come to know through the
it has
show
a lot
as
of
well.
gray areas. We cannot answer it either this or that. It has a lot of gray areas.
You're from Tamil Nadu?
Yes.
How do Tamilians look at the independence movement in general?
How do Tamilians look at? If I have to be answer from the political point of view, Tamil, I'm sure it must not be a shock for you. Tamil Nadu asked for a separate nation. The Tamil political parties, when the parties that are in power now, there were, back then we had Justice Party during the independent movement. The people we celebrate now may be the kind of people who are against getting independence. The thing is, how we look at independence is how we taught mostly about the, of course, Himsa movement. And we had few other Tamil revolutionaries. So we kind of celebrate that. For example, we have Vanjanathan. He's like somewhat like Bhagat Singh, but a Tamilian version.
Okay.
So there are a lot of revolutionaries we recognize a lot. We have Bharatiya, who's a poet who fought a lot for the freedom movement. He was not a revolutionary, but his words are revolutionary. He wrote a lot of things that inspired a lot of people. So Tamilians, we are standing, I can say, in the middle. But if we have to look at from the politicians' point of view, they ask for a separate nation for sure.
In 1947.
Not in 1947. I think in the 1960s, they keep on asking for it. Only the Kamaraja wasn't ruled until 1960 something. He's from the Congress. So until then, there was no problem. After that, the Dravidian movement, started taking the power. They kind of asked for the...
What is this Dravidian movement thing? I hear only my Tamil friends talking about this. Because I actually, as a kid in Mumbai, you've just heard Dravidian with respect to Indus Valley civilization. And that's it.
Okay.
You don't have too much political understanding of the Dravidian movement. So what is this whole Dravidian thing?
What we mentioned as Dravidian thing is basically Dravidam, in the sense it covers the southern part of India. So the southern, you can say Kerala, Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil. We call this as Dravida Nadu, which means Dravidian country. So, but it's not alive, and people don't talk about it in much other states. They don't even talk about it, to be honest. But only in Tamil Nadu it's alive, because the political parties are named after that. Even they don't keep up this ideology, to be honest. But they're named after the... if you have to take the DMK that is in power, it's Dravida Munnetra Kalagam, and the ADMK, Anaitu India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kalagam. So it's all Dravidam. It's named after that. So they're kind of forced to keep it alive, even though they know very well that it's not alive anymore. So
But it's not like a separatist movement or anything that's alive right now.
it was a separatist movement back then, but I think in the 1960s, late 1960s, there was an act passed, I guess. If any political party speaks against the nation, in the motive of separatism, that party will be banned. Only after that, Tamil Nadu, back then Chief Minister Annadurai, gave up that idea. Before that, they were very serious about it.
But what was the logic of wanting a separate nation?
It's just cheap political ideology, to be honest.
Okay. It's like
not,
riling people up for votes.
Yeah. See, the thing is, we Tamil people, to be honest, there's a hate built against the North Indians, to be honest. There's a...
I'll tell you, as a North, and I come to Tamil Nadu a lot, for
Yes.
vacations, for meeting friends, etc. I'll tell you what the vibe is. I clearly look North Indian, I think. Do I look North Indian? Like little bit?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. At least some Gujarati situation
Yes,
going on.
yes.
At least. There is not from my friends, but if I meet a stranger, if I go to eat somewhere and someone's serving me, there'll first be little one-arm distance. And the moment I smile at them, then it all melts and then it's normal. Like once they sense that you're okay. Which makes me think that most Tamilians have either had bad experiences with people outside the 5 southern states, and I don't blame them for it. Like, there's a lot of North Indians who could be a little brash. It's just a part of some parts of North India. It's a part of their culture. So I get that whole brash outlook. And apparently, when you understand South Indian culture in general, it's very pavam. Like, I don't know how. It's very like, what's the English word for it? Soft, polite, well-behaved.
We are soft people, to be honest. We are very emotional people. Like, we are very much emotional towards everything. We can't take things as... Maybe that's why I'm too much emotional about things. We can't take things lightly. For example, even if you take Tamil, we don't say we speak Tamil. We say we breathe Tamil. So we are very much emotionally attached to everything. So why this hate towards North India is because of it's purely political thing. They kind of built it, to be honest. And the thing, I remember the first time I encountered it, I was in, I think, 10th standard. I was in a bus. There was this poor North Indian guy, sitting in the bus. The conductor, he comes and asks ticket for, he gives ticket for everyone. That guy was sitting, near a window. He was just looking out at the bus has not started yet. It was standing. I was, just a seat behind that guy. So when he came to that guy, he was talking politely to everybody. When he came to that guy, he used a very vulgar, abusive term to call him and say, what are you looking outside? Can't you take ticket? Like, I was so pissed off with that. Like, that guy didn't do anything. He was just looking outside. There was already people looking outside. You just called them politely and asked for the ticket. You could have done the same thing with him. Definitely the North Indian people, especially, maybe you might have not encountered it. The poor people are treated so badly, for sure. I've seen in my own eyes. I can't, just because I'm a Tamilian, I can't say, oh no, we are all so super sweet. It's a political ideology. They kept on building it for years, and people are. It's on the minds of people, to be honest.
Okay.
So I've seen them in my own eyes, and I kind of feel bad for it. Especially the poor people are treated so badly.
There might be a flip side also. Like maybe people from the 5 southern states are not treated well in parts of North India also.
Maybe. I have not been to North India much, to be honest. I have been here 1 or 2 times. So of course, I think it's the time I went to Surat. It was all nice, but when they know that I don't speak Hindi, they started, showing their little attitude things. And if you come to my social media page, everything I spoke about a lot of things, history, about the rulers. There'll be at least one comment. You don't know Hindi? Aren't you ashamed of being a Hindi and you don't speak Hindi? That pisses me off, to be honest.
How do Tamil people our age feel about this whole Hindi speaking thing and making it compulsory?
We won't take it, for sure.
Even
I'm saying, we won't take it. See, the thing is, even if you leave Tamilian people, imagine we are right now in Maharashtra. I landed here around 8 in the morning. It's been 4-5 hours. Nobody, spoke to me in Marathi. If you come to Tamil Nadu, everybody will speak to you in Tamil. But why is nobody talking in Marathi here in Mumbai? Everybody is talking in Hindi. I'm not saying I'm not like Hindi. I'm not speaking against Hindi, but don't you think it's killing? The language is the basis of a culture. Once your language died, your culture is gone for sure. What the language? How the language is gonna die when you don't communicate on a daily basis in a language? Your language will die a natural death. So I feel really bad to be when it's my second time in Mumbai. Last time also I felt very bad because nobody's speaking in Marathi. Like, why? It's sad, to be honest. Hindi is good. You keep it as a communicational language, but Hindi has this power to take over a language. See, for every census year, for every 10 years, one language is getting out of the gazettes. One language is going out of the gazettes. So imagine, I cannot even imagine a day but that Tamil will be out of the gazettes. Tamil will not be a language anymore. I cannot imagine that. I cannot imagine a day I'm going on the streets and nobody speaking to me in Tamil and everybody speaking to me in Hindi. I cannot imagine a day like that. It's really sad that Hindi has this power of taking over the native language, which I don't think English has. So Hindi has this power of taking over this native languages. I think it has killed already so many languages, especially if you go to Bihar. There's so many, I think there were 5-6 languages back then, like 50, 60 years back. It's mostly Hindi now. So Hindi has this power. But if you ask me as a Tamilian point of view, I'm super against about imposing it on us. When before the social media, thing, when the politicians speak about, they always speak about Hindi, I was always kind of against them. What's your problem? What's wrong in a learning, language? If I have the option to choose, I would definitely choose Hindi. I'm learning Hindi, to be honest, nowadays. But if you have to impose it on me, see, you're an Indian, you have to speak Hindi. I'm not up for that.
The one thing I've learned about Tamil people, and like correct me if I'm wrong, is that they will really celebrate heroes.
Yeah.
In terms of if there's one very strong leader, they'll be open to listening to what this leader says, what is this person's character, and they back human beings much more than anything. You could say the same for the rest of the country, but it's a little more in Tamil Nadu, I feel.
Yes.
Which is why Dhoni is celebrated so much.
Yes.
Which is why you have icons like Jayalalitha.
Yeah.
There's always, it's a very icon-centric culture, but that person needs to win over the population.
Yeah, that's a very actually deep point, actually. If you see the Tamil Nadu history, we were never after a party. We were never after supporting a party. Tamil people are always after
human beings.
Yes, after a leader. We need a leader to hold on. So I think you take another way in the back time, and then we had Karunanidhi, then we had MJR, then we had Jayalalitha. These all are very powerful people. Of course, they had negative sides too. I'm not denying that, but they match very much impact on the people. So Tamil Nadu is always after a leader. We need a leader to hold on. We don't go after a party, to be honest. Let's say ADMK now. It's Jayalalitha's party. Now Jayalalitha is gone. We don't see any leader there. So it's kind of the party is, going down in the lane.
So the votes shift to then the most powerful leader.
Yes. The votes definitely shift because if we don't see a powerful leader in the place, we wouldn't go for it, to be honest. Only the party members who are in the party for a very long time will keep supporting them. The common people will shift their head so fast. So that's why I think Annamalai is going in the right direction, because in the past, in the BJP, people were not so opinionated. Whatever, they were kind of very diplomatic. Since the hate is there for BJP in Tamil Nadu, they wouldn't speak against that also. Whenever the conversation of Hindi imposition comes, they wouldn't speak against that also. But Annamalai, what he's doing now, if Hindi is imposed in Tamil Nadu, I'll be the first person to come on the streets and protest for it. You can rely me on that. So this kind of statements, people started seeing him as a leader. I remember the last time, I'm not belittling anyone, but I very well remember people made fun of Tamilisai Soundararajan, the previous BJP chief. In a meeting, she was speaking, there were only 4-5 people sitting there. So she was being ridiculed for that. She's a very nice woman, to be honest. But now, if you have to see the crowd that's coming for Annamalai, you can definitely say that's a huge change. That's uncontrollable crowd for him. So people started seeing him as a leader because he's kind of very honest and very very straightforward in what he's saying. He's ready to stand against the central power if it's needed. So I think that is what needed. People need a leader here.
Okay. They basically vote for people they respect, and they respect people if you're brave enough to actually express the people's voice. Because the people's voice will find its own haters.
Yes.
So someone's being diplomatic, you actually lose votes in Tamil Nadu.
For sure. You cannot, you cannot play diplomatic in Tamil Nadu. You have to be so...
This is a bit of a stereotype, but the stereotype associated with Kerala is that everyone is extremely educated for many generations. So the level of conversation is like pretty high, even if you go down to a village. For example, I have Malayali friends who say that in their families' villages, there are people who watch American YouTubers like Casey Neistat.
Oh.
So I want to ask you that parallel question for Tamil Nadu. How's the level of education in the villages? Because every Tamil person I speak to, especially our age, is very much engaged with politics, much more than people in Mumbai or people in Calcutta or Bangalore. Is that a part of Tamil culture that you're supposed to know what's happening politically?
See, we know these things because it's kind of always dramas going on. Always, it's kind of engaging, to be honest.
Okay.
There's something will always be happening. Somebody will will come up with something and they will debunk the other party. There's if you have to see the last 5-6 years of Tamil Nadu politics, so many drastic changes happen. Man, you won't even believe the kind of things. Especially when that time I was in college, Jayalalitha madam died, and you should see the kind of dramas that happened. Like we were sitting in the college. After Jayalalitha, her friend Sasikala was, she was trying to take the power. And the governor was, I think he's in Delhi. She wanted the final judgment of their corruption case is going to come in 2 days. So she wanted to take the oath to become the chief minister before the judgment comes. So she was calling the governor from Delhi, but he refused to come. So then the judgment date come. We were sitting in college. We were I think at the 2:30 in the afternoon the judgment was come. We were all the classroom. So we were like, what happened? We don't know what happened because mobile phones are obviously not allowed in our college. When ma'am enters into college, we were like, ma'am, tell us what happened. What happened? What was the judgment? So when they told that she was banned from politics, we were like, all shouting that the college entire building it kind of blown off.
Really?
So people are that much interested because there's so much dramas going on.
This doesn't happen in Mumbai colleges at all.
It happens so much. Like people are so much engaged with politics because the political parties, their target is youngsters in Tamil Nadu.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because what the youngsters are thinking, that's gonna pave the way for the...
On a very micro level, is it because the youngsters will influence the parents to vote in a particular direction?
I don't think so. I don't
Parents
think
and youngsters will vote for different...
Yes. In my house,
Wow.
we do that.
Doesn't happen in the rest of India, usually.
Seriously.
Yeah?
In my house, we do that. Like, for example, my parents support a particular party because they stand for the caste. But I don't do that. When they said, you gotta vote for him, I said, no, I'm not doing that. I don't, this guy is talking for a caste. Whoever is standing for a caste will not be a good leader, in my opinion. Okay. So you just care about a particular community. You just care about because the vote bank. So I'm not standing up for that. That wouldn't be even much discussion. Oh, you don't know what? It's just fine.
From everything you've told me about Tamil culture, this is like a Tamil culture 101 for me. As like a North Indian. Though I've traveled there, though I have Tamil friends, Madan Gauri is a good friend of mine. And he has also given me a lot of nice educational discourses. But I'm learning so much more in detail because of this kind of a format. The one thing I've realized is, see, as a Punjabi, I'm very proud of being Punjabi, but it's more like I'm party proud. Like I like saying it like, hey, I'm Punjabi. I expect that people will have fun, etc. There is a certain swag with it. But there is not that ferocity with my identity the way Tamil Nadu people have it. There's a lot of pride and identity, which is a good thing,
Yes.
which I think comes from like history.
Yeah.
I know a very surface level amount about the Chola Empire and the whole Game of Thrones situation that went
Yeah.
on there. That's a whole other story. But what I have figured is there was some very important things done in that phase of there was 3 empires, right?
Yeah. Chola, Chera, Pandyas.
Yeah. So in that, and there was all inter-Jain, inter-Hindu
Yeah.
battles and cultural
Yes.
tiffs and everything. But that phase of Tamil history has just really created the sense of pride in all, even modern day Tamilians. That's
Yes.
where it's come from. Am I right in like
Yes,
saying all this?
exactly.
Because they tied multiple ethnic groups together and made it Tamil Nadu. That
Yes.
phase of Tamil history.
Yes.
And that leads to all the Tamilian people today speaking about the language more. Young people following politics. Politicians using those emotional things as
Yes.
weapons to get votes.
Yes.
What else? What else about Tamil Nadu would you like to like highlight? This is just like a Tamil Culture 101 episode.
So the thing is, as much we are, very much attached to the language, I think it's kind of the identities are getting, destroyed a little bit, not a little bit, even more. We have numbers in Tamil. We have been used in ancient India.
That's all. I know Ambadapatta.
No, man. That's just a translation. We actually have symbols of numbers in Tamil even before the numbers, numericals we are following now.
Okay.
The numbers. But most of the people don't know this.
Symbols of the numbers.
Yes. Just like how you write 1, 2. We have numbers, that kind of numbers in Tamil itself. We have
Okay.
different symbols for that.
Okay.
So there's so many identities. The language it can completely function on its own. But people are, they don't proud taking up their identity, to be honest, the modern day culture. For example, see anything that there was a controversy. I hope you must have aware of it when the Ponniyin Selvan movie came. He's my favorite director, to be honest. Vechimaran sir said they are trying to portray Rajaraja Cholan as Hindu. So he was a Hindu. What was the issue there? Because the thing is, people are not taking pride in being a Hindu in Tamil Nadu. You shouldn't. If you say I'm a Hindu, you're seen like a extremist person. You should in Tamil Nadu. You're forced to be a secularist.
That's happening in the rest of India as well. Like
okay.
we also portrayed as extremists only because we talk about Hinduism.
Ah.
But I mean, the other stuff is not highlighted. Like I feel I'm one of the most deeply secular human beings, but only because I speak about Hinduism as a content creator, I'm also painted as an extremist.
Yes, exactly. See, the thing is, we can be secularism. In my idea of secularism is, I respect yours, but I embrace mine. This is the idea of secularism must be. I don't think I need to put down mine to talk great things about yours. That's a stupid, idea of doing things. I think that's what's happening in Tamil Nadu. Anything about the most of the hate, the kind of history I'm speaking, the most of the hate that's coming for me is from the Tamil people only. So
really?
Yes, it's from the Tamil people.
They're calling you an extremist for talking about.
Yes. See, there are a lot of times people told me that I'm being paid by BJP. Like I don't know anyone from that party. Like I'm kind of. No one really approached me, to be honest. Even I expected that people might approach me for this, but no one did really. But the thing is, anything that you are doing in the name of Hindu is being looked down upon. The people who are, especially the educated, youngsters, anything you do, they consider it as superstition. People are not taking part in the rituals anymore. See, the idea of the basic education system in Tamil Nadu, the basic things you learn in school days, you are forced to be an atheist. The situation is like that. If you're any other way, you're seen like an odd one person.
What do you mean situations like that? Like the education system?
Of course, I'll tell you something. I studied in a school. In Tamil Nadu, we have this very idea of girls keeping flowers on a daily basis. My mom does that. I don't do that. For definitely, if I keep flower on my head, I feel really uncomfortable because for all those 12 years, I was not allowed to. In my school, I was restricted from keeping flowers in my head, which is a very much part of that local culture.
Ah.
But that
Okay.
was restricted in my school. Uh, in my fourth standard, I was wearing one small jimka. Small jimka. It was not big grand one. It's very small. When I wore that to school, they removed it and kept it with them. They asked me to bring my father for wearing jimka. Because in my school, you're not allowed to wear big jumkas. You're not allowed to wear, grand bangles. My father is an anklet maker. I never wore anklet on a daily basis in my life. I used to as a child, but when I went to school, they asked me to remove it. And to get the jimka back, my father had to walk 6 months to get it back. He had to walk multiple times to the headmaster. So imagine, will my father again ever force me to wear the jumka again? He won't, obviously. So this is, I think, a very subtle level of,
Decultural.
destruction happening.
Yeah, okay.
See,
Cultural destruction.
even though I want to embrace the culture now, I cannot wear a big jhamkas now. This is my daily, kind of thing. I'm getting uncomfortable. Even though I want to, I don't feel like myself anymore because that's how I grew up all my life.
I would assume that most people our age, in Tamil Nadu at least, are slightly spiritually inclined, but you're saying they're not. Like it's this whole atheism situation is much more highlighted.
See, I'll just give you a simple example. If you're an atheist, you'll look as a knowledgeable person.
Ah, okay.
You understand this.
Rational, mathematical.
You
scientific.
understand this.
Okay, fair. I want to know what people think of Sadhguru because I hear very extreme opinions all the time. I've had the honor of interacting with him twice in my life. I don't agree with everything he says, and he's also been one of the most impactful voices that's ever come across, that's ever happened to my life, especially in college when I needed to hear the things he was saying. Set a lot of foundations for me.
Yeah.
As I've grown older, some of his opinions I'm not completely in agreement with. Okay. I want to know what the average Tamil person thinks because you hear all sorts of extreme things. You either hear extremely positive or extremely negative. I rarely hear a gray opinion on Sadhguru. And I think the narrative from the negative side is this whole elephant corridor thing that he took up. I don't even know what the narrative is, but it's something like he's taken up area from tribal people. He's caused deforestation in that particular jungle. It used to be an elephant corridor. Now it's the Isha Foundation Center. But then Sadhguru himself has said that no, he has all the legal documents that show that he has not taken land away from anyone and everything that he's doing is legal. He took the permission of the people. I've gone to the Isha Foundation Center where you have actually the local villagers visiting on festivals and there didn't seem to be any animosity. They have respect for Sadhguru. When you actually visit the Isha Foundation, you feel a certain
vibe.
Yeah, very strong energy, which you have to go there to experience.
Yeah.
But most people would probably put Sadhguru in the same bracket as God, man, Guru and just jump to conclusions about his negative stuff. Parallelly, I also know that nothing pisses off politicians more than someone gaining power.
Yeah.
And if the politicians are controlling the news, they can control the narratives about it.
Of course.
Joe Rogan in the West is painted as a demon because he's taken power a little bit away from news channels and politicians. I believe people like Sadhguru are at that level of power because technically he is one of the biggest influencers in the country. He's influencing so many minds.
Yeah.
So many powerful minds because there's upper middle class, rich people who are also followers of Sadhguru. That pisses off politicians and they paint an extremely bad picture. What is the general
audience?
Yeah, what's the general narrative? Am I right in saying all this? Have I missed out anything?
Yes. So the thing is, as I said earlier, the corporate people, how do they get to know things from news? So what they show in the news, that's how common people will understand things. See, I'll tell you, we have this very common idea in Tamil Nadu. Anyone who coming as a Hindu sage or anything, we are against that person. I'll tell you my experience. I did my Isha course when I was at the holidays after my 12th standard. So my uncle said he wants to take me to the yoga class. So I went there. When I see the photo of Sadhguru, I was like so pissed off. I'm not following this man. So I'm not doing this. The build-up idea in my head. He's a like a fake guru, a god man. So I don't wanna definitely do that. He said, just sit, If you don't want to like it, just sit and listen to this. If you don't want to like it, don't follow it. Why do you have this idea of before getting to know things? Then I was like, sit. 2-3 days, I was like, I know what you're doing. I know how you're trying to, make me see you as a good person. Then in the 5th day, I actually transformed. The things have started working for me. And I'm telling you, I worked in the Asia Foundation for 3 months, I think 5 years back. So I worked in their archives. So I'm very sure there's not even one thing that's happening illegally there. They're very much kind of the people who follows, the ethical people. I'm not much in touch with Isha now, but back in those days, I was actively engaging with Isha Foundation. So I worked in their archives. They're very much ethical people. They very much follows the laws of the nation. They don't try to violate any rules or anything. They're kind of people who follows everything, whatever that's been said. But the common people, if you have to take it, there's definitely a hate. But those who get to know about them, it's definitely, I would say, Sadhguru's whatever teachings is there, it's definitely life-changing. But the common people, he's always been portrayed as a negative person. Not just him, anybody who's coming as a representative of a Hindu teachings, he'll be looked down on Tamil culture. I'm very sad to say this, but this is what happening. People don't even see what he's trying to say. People don't even see what all the things he's doing. The narratives, kind of narratives people said, there are some Tamil channels, I'll tell you, the things they say about the Isha Foundation, they are just pointing out a simple thing. They're just building their own version of story, which is not at all happening there. I've been there. They're telling about a game. It's a game actually. After the the class, you play this game. A ball will be thrown upon the air, and people around the all the people will gather, and you'll have to keep the ball in the air. You shouldn't let that touch the ground. If you let that touch the ground, you'll have to do it from the start again. You'll have to finish 100. And
it's like volleyball.
It's kind of it's kind of all people gathering and standing together. You'll have to keep the ball up in the air. If it touches the ground, you'll have to start again. Okay. You'll have to count 100. So the teachers will will say in the terms, because after that game they give a very funny game of food kind of game. It's not food actually. You make a symbol of food and play something out of it. Okay. The Tamil news media actually is saying that they give a ball to 100 people, and it has you have to keep it up in the air. If you touch the ground until you finish 100, you'll not be given breakfast. You'll not be fed if you go to that. They're saying it in a very serious manner, that people are not being fed. The kind of things they are making up.
Twisting reality for the sake of narratives.
It's very much twisting reality. And if you have to see that elephant corridor issue, the Tamil Nadu government itself very much cleared that there is no elephant corridor in the Coimbatore itself. There's no elephant corridor in Coimbatore. Leave the Isha Foundation. I think the elephant corridor is in Ooty, Udagamandalam. There's no elephant corridor in Coimbatore, but still these people keep saying the same things again and again. Okay. I think the Isha Foundation is not ready to pay anybody. If they pay some kind of money, the people will speak for them also. And you must have also known that there's a huge property of Karunya next to. There's also politics in that. That's a Christian missionary, like a few kilometers away from Isha Yoga Center. It's playing a huge part in that. I strongly believe that it's playing a huge part in that, because it's a very big. They own the land, multiple sizes bigger than the Isha Yoga Center. They have colleges, they have hospitals. It's a very big Christian missionary in Tamil Nadu. I think they are playing a huge part in against this hate propaganda against the Isha Yoga Center.
Maybe it's just another instance from human culture. There is always going to be religious competition. It's a part of living together as human beings. I'll tell you why I'm not asking you about this further and why I'm stopping you. Because I don't know enough of the other side's narratives.
Yeah.
Other than what I've already said. That I believe that Sadhguru has been accused of killing his wife and this whole elephant corridor thing. But neither side is going to completely agree about a neutral debate.
See,
I
the
think this
thing
is going to
is,
go on.
we don't, even if we don't agree, we are not even ready to look at it. There
Yeah,
are enough
okay.
evidences to say. Of course, we cannot come to a conclusion about his wife. We are not sure. We only know what he is saying, what the other people who lived with that woman saying. But the thing is, we are not even ready to look at it. What happened? We are just simply. See, I'm telling about me now. I don't know thing about Sadhguru, but I was against him just because of this conditional, this mindset.
I think
Anything about Hinduism is something. It's not good for us.
Conditioning is a big demon in modern day human society, and the biggest conditioning happens through social media. That's the truth about everyone our age, millennials, Gen Zs. We need to sit down and address the fact that we are entirely conditioned because of algorithms, the news, our parents' generation, and their thoughts. When in truth, reality is something extremely different, extremely secular, extremely centrist, and extremely in the need of human unity, especially as Indians, if not general human unity of the world. Geopolitically speaking, there are dangerous times coming up. And if Indians of all religions don't get united, we're going to be in trouble. Because we're not going to focus on the things that matter, which for me in many ways is business and making money. Maybe that's a very capitalistic way of looking at things. But I feel that we're going to get left behind as a nation if we keep having these inter-religious fights. I don't know. What is the Tamil take on that? Is there narratives like this at all about like entrepreneurship, capitalism? Like, okay, for example, this Shark Tank India created a massive entrepreneurship wave, especially in North India. Okay. Is there a bit of an entrepreneurship or capitalistic wave in South India as well?
It's not there.
It's not there. Why?
Be honest, it's not yet reached the Tamil Nadu. I believe because I don't see it's happening anywhere outside the mentality. The way we study in school, you gotta get a job. Otherwise, you're a failure. If you don't get a job, you're a failure for sure. I was told as a failure all my life. Like because I studied history, I didn't get into a good job. I was told as a failure all my life. Only those who get into a good job, good paying job is considered as a successful person. But there's always, my father's generation, they are business people. But this education conditions your mind that you gotta be working. If my father tells my brothers that you shouldn't do this work, what I'm doing, you should go and sit in a AC room, corporate office and work for that. They're thinking that is the highest thing. Even though my father will make double the amount of what someone sitting in a corporate office makes.
Is money not celebrated enough in South India in general?
Yes.
That's the truth, right? I know that because I've been to Coimbatore and I've met an industrialist who was in a Maruti Suzuki Swift, and he's probably got more than 2,000 crores in his bank.
Yeah.
But it's all hidden. And that's the truth about a lot of Tamil Nadu for sure, but it's generally the truth about the 5 southern states, that showing off your money or even just chasing money is slightly looked down upon.
Yes.
Why?
See, we have this thing, even if you see the cinema industry, the way the Bollywood celebrities speak, if you come and speak like that in Tamil Nadu, even for one time, your career will be finished. The way you're bragging about yourself, you gotta be down to earth. You are forced to be down to earth in Tamil Nadu. You shouldn't brag about yourself. You should be down to earth person. I know a lot of rich people. If you're bragging about yourself, people will definitely talk bad about you. Even the celebrities, the entrepreneurs you say in Tamil Nadu, they mostly don't drive RD or BMW. They'll have a simple car. They lead a simple life.
Also, I believe the per capita income of Tamil Nadu is pretty high.
Yeah.
Or generally, South India is a very hot zone for a lot of the country's businesses.
Yeah.
Like at Monkey, our talent management group, we get marketing inquiries just for the South zone. A lot. And people want influencers from the South. They want influencer marketing campaigns that are purely built for Tamil Nadu, etc. That's how much money is there to be deployed. But for some reason, money is not culturally celebrated. It's what you're saying, that humility is celebrated instead.
Yeah.
My question again is, why aren't young Tamil boys and girls thinking about creating business? Because business effectively in so many ways is engineering. You have to just get your way through problems. You have to do strategy. And you guys are great at engineering, you're great at mathematics. So it's very obvious to me that you all should take up business. But
Of course, it would be great. I think as a, um, the very way our education system is built, if you're not getting, if you're not got, get into a job, you're seen as a failure. That's very much very prevalent in Tamil Nadu. You can see that on a very daily basis. You gotta get into a job. You shouldn't even take up your father's occupation. My father, like, he earns around 50,000 a month. He's just an anklet maker. He's working with just two more people in house. My mother and father, with just one more person working, and they are making good enough money if the work is there. Of course, now the season is off, but if the work is there, they can surely make up to 1 lakh a month. So that's a quite good money for the village side. So, but my father don't want my brothers to take up this job because he finds it hard, because he finds it less respectable.
really,
Less respectable. Only the white collar jobs, what do you say? They are considered respectable positions. You gotta sit in an office, work like
Wow.
that. You gotta be a doctor.
There's a big cultural difference,
Yeah.
Like especially in Gujarat and Punjab, if you're earning money, you're set.
Yeah.
Like that's your equation of respect. Here it's humility. Here it's image in society.
But
Okay.
of course, if you make it big, people will definitely celebrate you. If you become a rich person, definitely people will celebrate you. But to reach that state now, your own family won't allow you.
To end this particular tangent, I just want to ask you a little bit about Gen Z Tamil Nadu. Is the mentality very different of like teenagers today?
Yes, it's in the different in the sense what you're asking.
Very honestly, in Bombay
Mm-hmm.
and in Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of differences. I feel like this is another country full of kids. Like they are way more informed,
Mm-hmm.
like very intelligent, very emotionally aware and sensitive. Okay. And sometimes they use that negatively. So they
Oh,
know
okay.
exactly what to say that'll hurt you also. Very like high EQ, high IQ. I also strongly believe that there's a lot more mental health issues because they are that much more on social media. There's a lot of comparison mentality. The downsides are there's a lot of FOMO in terms of they want to show off their money a lot more without having achieved sometimes in some cases. People don't stick to processes long enough. I don't see too many Gen Zs who can stick to something difficult for very long. And again, I think that's an outcome of having so much social media so early in life. Uh, Again, I'm generalizing. Of course, there's exceptions and all. It's a lot more sexual and all that aspect is like
Yeah.
way more than it was with people our age.
Yes.
Do you see that in Tamil Nadu?
No, it's not the same
Really?
case in Tamil Nadu. I can assure that, because in Tamil culture, everything is secondary. First thing is your discipline and how you behave with.
Really?
It's the first thing. I'll tell you, I was a very bright student. I'll be the topper of the class all the time, but my parents never prized that. Like, education. I'll tell you something. I was a very top. I'll always be the topper of the class. My brothers are very average students. They'll just pass the exams, but I don't know about much about the educated parents, but my parents never compared each other. They never, treated like that. It will always be your discipline for comes first. If you go to the parents teachers meeting, they'll mostly discuss about your discipline,
Your behavior.
your behavior, how you behave, how you handle things. You should respect elders. You should, you should be ethical. Ethics is, very much rooted in Tamil culture. You cannot be unethical. You shouldn't be. I was very in my culture, in my household, it was very much deep rooted. They never sit and take you classes like, see, you should be like this. They live that way, so we are also coming up that way. It's very much ethics oriented culture. It's very much discipline oriented culture. But of course, there are we speak. It's not like we wouldn't speak against our parents. Not like that. We speak all the time, but we are more of an ethical side. We wouldn't do anything that we find unethical. Um, it's kind of when it comes to the mm, upcoming teenagers things, they are getting little overboarded. I definitely see that. But in Tamil culture, parents has the control over that.
Oh,
So the the depression kind of things, parents has a control over that, so it's not going much overboard like in the north. I definitely see that in Mumbai, Delhi things.
What did you think of Mumbai before you ever came here in life? Like, what was your image of Mumbai?
What my image? Bollywood.
Okay.
City. I was really shocked when I came out of the airport for the first time. I saw a girl wearing a very short dress. She's just walking so normally, in the street. I was like, wow, that will never happen in Tamil Nadu. You cannot, even if it's for the boys, they won't be able to wear a very short dress and go out.
Like shorts?
Even for shorts. Like if
Really?
you go, shorts and go out, your parents will definitely scold you.
Really?
For boys also. Yeah. Because you gotta keep your... you gotta be little modest in Tamil Nadu. So I wear shorts, obviously. I wear at home, but I won't go out wearing that.
I have a very silly question for you because this podcast began with thinking we'll talk about history, and now we've entirely just spoken about understanding Tamil Nadu much more in detail. I think every kid in India knows who Rajnikanth is now today. Even a kid in like Nagaland might know who Rajnikanth is. Kid in like remote Kashmir will know. My point is that what actually causes superstardom in Tamil culture in the first place? For someone to get known on a national level, first you need to kill it in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
Why are people drawn to Kamal Haasan or Rajnikanth for that matter? Who else would you put in that category?
For superstar?
For like national level superstar, but coming out of Tamil Nadu.
See, I'll tell you something about Rajnikanth. In Tamil Nadu, you see, Kamal Haasan is someone who will always brag about himself. But he can do that. He's that kind of a personality. He's just a goat in that. When it comes to acting, writing, directing, anything you take, he is. If you have to say, he's much, much, much higher in all these categories than Rajnikanth, Kamal Haasan.
Talent-wise.
Talented. He's so much talented. But the thing is, he's little advanced to the common minds of the people. Okay. He's kind of little advanced to the common audience of Tamil Nadu. But Rajnikanth knows the pulse of the audience. Rajnikanth is someone, he doesn't need a comedian in his movie. He can do comedy. He can do... his comedies work. That's the best thing. He can do comedy. He can do, emotional things. He can do adventures. He's someone who can give entire thing in a package. So the kind of movies he did, if you see in the past, everything is a super hit. But if you see the Kamal Haasan movies, it's not super hit, but it's quality movies.
It's respected.
It's respected movies. It's quality. Okay. It's blockbuster. But Rajnikanth is a different package. You see him, he's so down to earth. He's so talented. He knows the pulse of the audience. He knows what audience wants. So almost all the careers of Rajnikanth, most of the 99% of the movies are blockbusters. So who's gonna come after Rajnikanth? There was actually a debate going on. Vijay taking its place. I think there's a huge possibilities for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's giving that kind of hits. He's capturing the young minds actually.
Okay.
But he's
You're talking
being
about Vijay Sethupathi?
No. It's
just Vijay.
Vijay. It's okay. Vijay. Allahbadia Vijay. So Vijay is someone, he's going to get into politics for sure, but it's the case of when it's happening.
Okay.
So he made that kind of, symbolic statement in many places. If you watch his audio launch speaks, it's very much, he always, especially after there's a vacuum after Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi's death. They kind of died at the same time. So the two leaders of the nation, they are, the two leaders of the state gone. Now there's a vacuum. Only Karunanidhi has a son, Stalin, who's now a chief minister. He established as a potential leader. There's no leader at the other end. So people, a lot of from the, kind of from all other field are emerging as a leader. Let's say Kamal Haasan. He didn't come to politics when Karunanidhi and Jayalalitha was in politics. Vijay, he tried to talk, but he was a lot of time, being pushed to the extreme by the politicians because he had political talks, especially by Jayalalitha.
As in they were troubling him.
Yeah.
How were they troubling him?
His movies won't get released. A lot of his movies got postponed. There's so many issues that's very much aware of the public. Even everybody knows this. Like, it's not a secret thing.
Most North Indians don't know all these intricacies.
This is very... See, Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi were very much of autocratic people. If you speak against them when they are in power, like especially if you're not someone, especially the movie industry in Tamil Nadu is controlled by the politicians.
Because it has such a control over the people.
Yes.
Every single Tamil person watches Tamil movies.
Yes. We are very much attached to movies.
Every Tamil person.
Yes.
Even in villages.
We love watching movies.
Even in extreme high class society.
Yes. We love watching movies.
Why so much love?
See, if you see the history of Tamil Nadu, I think after 1970s, the Karunanidhi was from cinematic field. He is from cinefield. MJR is from cinefield. Jayalalitha is from cinefield. Now, the next potential leaders who are rising is from cinefield. Let's take Kamal Haasan. He's from cinefield. There's one guy called Seeman. He's from cinefield. Next, if Vijay is coming, he's from cinefield. So mostly people kind of drawn to cinema. So whatever they see, maybe in the past generation, it's like that. I don't think it's gonna work anymore. The Stalin's son, Udayanidhi Stalin, he got into politics now. He's an MP. But to get into politics, he first acted in movies. So if you wanna make it big in politics, you gotta be in cinema. So cinema is very much connected with the people.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Shah Rukh Khan's popularity also exists in Tamil Nadu.
Definitely it is there. Definitely.
But not too many other Hindi film actors are that popular.
No.
Is it because Shah Rukh Khan has made event appearances regularly in Tamil Nadu? That's my understanding of it. He's been connected to that audience.
No, we don't. If you ask my grandparents or parents, they wouldn't know much about Shah Rukh Khan. Maybe my father might know something about Shah Rukh Khan, but if you go to the village side, they don't know much about Shah Rukh Khan. How we got to know about him is Shah Rukh Khan is being portrayed as a handsome man. Like whenever there's a conversation or something happening in Tamil movies, when it comes to describing the beauty of a person, don't act like as if you're Shah Rukh Khan. So this kind of statements are made very often. So we know him. But especially if you see Aishwarya Rai. And for Tamil people, no matter how many, Miss World comes, it will only be Aishwarya Rai for world beauty for us. It will only be Aishwarya Rai for all the time.
I think that's for all Indians.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much, right?
For us, it's always Aishwarya Rai.
She's
our
the standard
favorite
of beauty for India all over the world. Like if you just purely talk about beauty. Do you all watch Tamil dubs?
No.
People want. I'll tell you why I know this, because we tried launching a BeerBiceps Tamil channel some years ago.
Oh, okay.
And people were like, instead of having it dubbed, you need an actual Tamil guy explaining the same concepts.
Yes, we don't like dubbing things. In Tamil Nadu, we hate dubbing things.
This is so important culturally to understand a particular region's preferences. This is why businesses can't expand beyond a certain country.
Yes.
Which is my next question to you. How, as an entrepreneur or even as a content creator, how do I appeal to the Tamil audience?
How do you appeal?
Other than maybe speaking Tamil myself.
Definitely, that's not possible. It's Tamil is a very a very deep language. You cannot learn it so easily. It's a very it's a difficult language, to be honest.
But if there's a guy who actually makes an attempt to learn Tamil, like a clearly North Indian, that'll be appreciated a lot.
Definitely, we love that. We even if a North Indian guy speaks in Tamil, you'll be celebrated, man.
Okay. Make me do a marriage proposal in Tamil. You say I'll like follow after you.
Marriage proposal in the sense you wanna.
I wanna say that if there is an eligible Tamil lady out there. I'm an ethical, humble, Rajnikanth loving, North Indian guy, but I'm one of the exceptions. How do I say it?
I'll tell it. Na romba nalla olukamana. Na romba நல்ல
ஒழுக்கமான
தமிழ் கலாச்சாரம் மேல ஆசை இருக்கிற பையன் ஆசை இருக்கிற பையன் நான் தமிழ் பொண்ண கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்க விருப்பப்படுறேன்
ஓகே
யாராவது இருந்தா
trying.
It goes like some 90s Tamil matrimony.
No problem. It's good. This
That's
is going to
funny,
become a nice
actually.
reel. And then we're going to circulate it in Tamil Nadu through digital marketing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Especially if this leads to me finding my wife.
You'll definitely find one.
Would Tamil girls be ready to marry someone outside of Tamil
Definitely.
culture?
We are
Really?
so much ready. We actually, if you see, almost half of the Tamil girls like North Indian guys.
Really?
Yes. Half of the Tamil boys like Malayali girls.
I can tell you on behalf of me and my Punjabi friends and bros,
Mm-hmm.
we'd be very open to dating and marrying South Indian girls.
Tamil girls like North Indian guys, to be honest.
I know it's 4 of the girls I've dated ever in my life, out of like maybe 7 or 8 have been South Indian. Because of intellectual conversation.
Okay, don't go and tell a Tamil girl that you have dated 4 and 5 girls. Will not be considered.
I take that back in Tamil.
In Tamil culture, it's like one man for one woman. It's very much still exists there.
Okay. How do I ask for forgiveness in Tamil?
Enna manichidunga.
Enna manicharinga. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the I am sorry.
Yeah.
But I am Pavam. Like the North
You're
Indian.
very much power.
Yeah. See, you've
Cute,
you've
that's
done
cute.
the podcast now, so you know my energy. Tell me this. So, okay. Really, like Tamil girls would be open to marrying outside the community.
We are very much. But of course, the parents, when it comes to parents, it's a question. Parents don't like it. But Tamil girls are like, I can say to some extent, we are obsessed with North Indian guys. Like,
Really?
yeah, you see the kind of maybe I'm not sure if people do that now, but when I was in my teenage, like I was obsessed with North Indian serials, and I just loved we loved North Indian guys, to be honest.
Why?
People, even the Tamil boys now, they make fun of being obsessed with North Indian guys. They make fun of saying like you'll end up with some pani puri if you go
Wow.
like this. So it's something like offensive. But Tamil guys saying that why are you preferring North Indian guys over us? But
I
those
also
guys,
I also want to know that.
it's just we don't know, but it's just maybe I don't know.
Okay. Is it because North Indian guys seem exotic? For example, in North India, I'll tell you this.
Mhm.
I'm not generalizing here, but most North Indian guys have a general crush on either Bengali girls
Oh,
or
okay.
South Indian girls. It's like one of
Okay.
the two.
Oh,
Am I kind of right in saying this? Yeah. See, the boys in my room at least agree. So, is there like a part of North India that y'all think is
maybe the cinema.
So
The
Punjabi.
cinema has its impact, I think. Especially the serials, the North Indian serials, the romance, the way North Indians does. The romance kind of thing is kind of little low in Tamil cinema.
Oh.
The way the romance, if you see the movies of Shah Rukh Khan, who else? Let's take Ranveer. So the kind of romance they're doing, nobody does that in Tamil Nadu, man. It's Tamil romance is kind of very subtle aspect in Tamil Nadu.
Culturally.
But yeah. So when we see that in the movies, we want it like that. Women like romance, maybe.
Yeah. Honestly, so my parents are now looking for arranged marriage situations, and they were like, "What do you want?" I said, "Preferably South Indian." But I'm not making this up. I said either South Indian or Pahadi.
Okay.
Pahadi is hills.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're very like gentle, calm.
Mhm.
But it was one of these two. So I hope this is also a part of that arranged marriage situation. Wow, South Indian girls are obsessed with North Indian boys. I didn't know this. This is news
It's
to me.
actually like I can't say all of them, but a certain part of the girls are definitely.
Is it because there's a bad boy image in North Indian boys? A little bit?
No, it's because of the gentle boy image.
Like
Tamil
chocolate boy.
boys are, yeah, exactly, chocolate boy. Tamil boys are like a little kind of,
Macho.
yeah. They're
Mm.
like, they like to be very macho. When we see movies of, North Indian guys romancing and be very gentle with girls, we kind of maybe like that.
Wow.
And even if you're a romantic hero in Tamil Nadu, let's see who's at the top of romance now. Let's say Simbu. Most of his movies are romantic movies, but he'll always be a macho even in romance. He'll be like, but if you see the movies of Ranveer Singh, he'll be like very like a feather. He'll treat a woman with
like Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan. See,
Treating women with respect.
Respect and be gentling with don't show their manliness towards women. Women like that.
Okay. Wow, this conversation is great. It's become a whole new tangent for North Indian boy education. We began talking about Chola Empire. Now we've reached Tamil dating preferences. What is the dating situation in Tamil Nadu? Because I'm assuming that it is an orthodox society where parents have a lot of say. So therefore, dating is not a very common thing, possibly other than in Coimbatore, Chennai, these places. Am I right?
Yes. So even I don't understand this concept of dating. Like, I don't go by this. For us, love has to happen. You shouldn't purposefully go and meet someone just to fall in love. I don't think that's how happened. Maybe the way I brought up is something like that. So dating is maybe in Chennai it's prevalent. Other parts of the Tamil Nadu, it's not at all there. I can sure.
Do people use Tinder, Bumble, these apps?
Mostly we don't.
Really?
No, like very less part of the people. Maybe if you have Tinder, you'll be looked down upon for sure.
So if a boy and girl who are clearly college students are seen in a cafe or a bar together, are they looked down upon? Are they like...
What? You're going to bar? You'll get a slap for sure. Even from the person who don't even know you. If you're in a bar as a teenager, you'll get slapped for sure.
In Chennai?
Maybe now they don't have these things, but if you come to my village, if I'm seeing someone in the bar, a very teenager boy, I'll definitely call him and, what are you doing here? Go to your house. This is not the place you should be.
Wow.
We'll tell that for sure. If in the village side, I'm not sure how much it's happening in Chennai. I've been to Chennai very less times, like 4-5 times. So I know the culture from the friends I have, but I haven't really explored the city much. But if this is the kind of things happening, if I see some school girl and boy sitting, in some park or speaking, are they going overboard? If they're college students, fine, they're up to the age. If they're school, means no, you shouldn't do that. Go back to your school. If you're cutting out on school, I'm not just me. Anyone will say that for sure. In the dating now, you have a age category in Tamil Nadu. Especially if you come to village things, people don't accept. You cannot just bring home your girlfriend, boyfriend, say, see, I'm dating him, I'm dating. No, it don't work like that. Unless you're reaching the marriage point. If you're telling your parents, means you're getting married next month. Otherwise, you don't tell your parents.
Okay. And people prefer not to date multiple people. As in not at the same time. I don't mean that. Good power. I'm just asking a question here.
You date multiple people at the same time?
No, not at the same time. Not at the same time. But throughout your life, like from say...
We don't prefer that actually. But anyway, it will happen. It's not something, you just marrying one, you just fell in love with one person, you end up marrying him. Maybe in the before generation it happened like that, but now it's definitely not that people are dating multiple people, persons. I've seen that my friends have done that. So it's not it's okay, but we still prefer having, it's not a very easy concept. Breaking up, falling in love means your goal is marriage in Tamil Nadu. It's not just the kind of languages you have, like situationship. No, if you approach any girl or boy with this thought, definitely you'll get slapped for sure. This is very much a cultural identity. If you wanna be in love with someone, if you wanna be in a relationship, the end goal is, without even telling, it's marriage only. It's marriage, obviously. Other than just casually hanging out, just casually doing things, don't work in Tamil Nadu.
Okay. There was a Hindi movie called Sathiya made in 2002. Maybe it had Vivek Oberoi. I don't know whether it was entirely a copy. I believe it was entirely a copy of a Tamil movie with R. Madhavan.
What is that theme of the movie? I don't...
Nahi yaar. Sathiya wo...
Just tell me the theme of the movie.
I'll play the song, which we obviously can't play.
Okay, I remember it's a hero who, manipulates the girl.
Wait, just hear the beginning, you'll know exactly what movie.
Yeah, of course.
You had to just hear the first.
It's a very huge hit in Tamil Nadu.
Now, my understanding would be that when you all have heroes like R. Madhavan, and I've seen the Tamil version of that same video. What's the movie called?
That's Sahi. I think there are two movies. One is Allahbadia. One is it's Allahbadia.
Okay. What's the other one?
Minnale. Minnale is the one I think which was played by Vivek Oberoi and.
Then I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But I would assume that Tamil culture is very romantic after music like this.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's not actually that romantic.
See, it's romantic in the sense you can identify very few romantic films in Tamil. The movies are not that romantic. You can pick the numbers. You can count it out.
What about the people?
The people, you say, we are shy in expressing romance. Maybe it doesn't happen very openly. What do you say?
I faced this problem with someone I dated.
Okay.
She was very not expressive. She was South Indian, and she used to always say that, listen, it's not a part of my culture to be this vocal. And I'm Punjabi on the other end. I'm saying, oh, your face. The way you...
If you ever, let me tell you this clearly. If you come to me and say, wow, you look so beautiful, I'll fall for you for sure. Because no Tamil guy...
The book fell.
My word has some power.
The book fell behind us. But I want to hear you complete this thought. It's okay if Manjot is in the background of this podcast. Say what you were saying. It's okay.
So if you come to me and say, if you speak to me in a very less romantic way, like if you come to me and say, like, you just look like you are the beautiful woman I have ever seen, I'll fall for you for sure. Because Tamil guys don't know how to express romantic things. The movies you played now, it was mostly it's a favorite thing for girls. Boys' favorite movies will be different.
Action based.
Yeah, mostly they are kind of very rustic people. So it's women expect romance, but the Tamil guys are very they're very shy people. They'll talk to you in a bro manner. If you expect romance from them, they're very far behind it, man. Like, that's why maybe people like North Indian guys, because you're kind of expressing romance. I'll tell you something. If a guy and girl are dating in Tamil Nadu for years, there are hardly low chances that he would have told her that how beautiful she is, how she's admiring her. Their conversation will be very random. They won't, even though he finds her very beautiful, he won't tell her. That will be it's not that he don't want to tell because just I want to be macho man. It's because when a macho man comes, in contact with a girl, he becomes a very shy person. He becomes a very, he couldn't handle that emotions. He didn't know how to express that because he wasn't conditioned that way all his life. His, soft side is getting explored, but he couldn't tell that to the girl. If you're dating someone, there's high chances that he never told her that how beautiful she is. Okay. The way, that's why we are admiring the Hindi serials. The way the touch the women, touch the, girl, the way you speak to a girl, the way you admire her. That things, Tamil guys definitely admire girls. They are like so mad with you. They'll be so mad with you, but they don't know how to express it.
Okay. Time to move to Chennai.
Yeah. You'll find a lot of girls for sure. If you
Really?
if you speak like this, you'll find a lot of girls.
There are two things that are very central to at least Punjabi culture. The first is flexing, like showing off in something, either your brain or your car or your money. But the second thing totally is love. It's like flexing, but from the perspective of I've gotten my family this, I've got my girl this, my even like if you ever have a Punjabi partner, even if it's a Punjabi girlfriend, the love is more fierce. It's like very fiery. Like it's genuine true love. I think that's how you're raised. Love is a very central part of your family life. Maybe that's the cultural exchange I would like.
See, it's also that it's what do you say? Tamil family mostly, if you take even the elder generations, the women's will be the decision makers at the house. The women will be the decision makers. Even though in outside world it shows like the man making decisions. If you look into the household things, it will be the women who will be the decision makers. Men listen to women in Tamil Nadu. It's not like they have that equal opportunities, equal responsibilities in Tamil Nadu. When it comes to romance, they can't be without each other. It's just the way they express is not cinematic. It's very little things. Maybe, for example, my appa cannot live without my amma. Not even for 1 hour. If she goes outside, he'll go mad. But he would never tell her that I love you so much, I cannot do without you. He'll always make fun of her. They'll always, poke each other. But they'll never tell each other that they love each other. For example, my amma won't do that either also. I'll tell you something. Just few days back, my he's aged now 50. He started coughing a lot. She literally, a lot of times she told, I wouldn't even cry if you die. She told this a lot of time. He coughed a little bit, extra. She cried for the whole night. So the thing is, they're born with, their attachment is so, intense. They won't able to move on if it's broken. If it's broken, they won't able to move on. But the way of expressing is kind of little non-romantic way.
Okay. No, I hear you. All right. Now I think we'll move on from like the dating and PR angles. But cool, I got to know a lot. Maybe one last question, because this is kind of becoming an educative podcast for me about Tamil culture in general. The irritation for all South Indians in general is, why do you categorize us as one? My angle to that is, I think that's what films have done. And that's what culture has done. That's why you'll see a lot of North Indians categorizing all South Indians as one. Oh, you're South Indian, you're general. I want to know what the actual differences are in the 5 states, from an educative perspective.
There's so much difference. You can say from the North Indian point of view, how everything, the South Indian culture is same. But it's the same difference as you have a Punjabi household, Bihari household, Gujarati. What kind of cultural difference is there? If I'm seeing since I kind of get to know about the cultural things, I know the things. But if you ask a common Tamilian man, he'll say North Indian states are same. The same mindset is there with the North Indians also. The culture is as different as the Rajasthani or Punjabi or Gujarati household. The Kerala culture is extremely different from the Tamil. I think maybe Kannada and Telugu is kind of little sameness as there. I think the Tamil and Telugu is also kind of little sameness is there, but still it's a lot of different culture.
Okay.
The practices, the rituals, there's a lot of differences, but it's kind of still will fall under one category, the basics of the things.
Can you draw out the mentality differences a little bit?
Mentality in the sense?
This is based on me having traveled to all the states. Like, I feel generally when you're in the presence of South Indians in general, conversation is a little more intellectual. It goes into that place. I don't know why that is, but I'm assuming that education has been highlighted for many generations, not just the last 2 or 3. On an average, when you compare it to the rest of India. And every state has its own traits. Like, especially if you live in a place like Mumbai or Delhi, you can very quickly say who's from where. You know who the Punjabi is. You kind of know who the Maharashtrian is. You know who the Gujarati is. Keeping that same perspective in mind, I generally feel Tamilians have like the most pride about being Tamilian. amongst the 5 states.
Yes.
And I find that little less in Karnataka, for example. I think that they're very just chill about whatever. It's a very relaxed culture, like Kannadigas. Again, I might be wrong. This is based on just me going to Bangalore and around Bangalore.
Yeah, it's just Bangalore thing. Na Bangalore is like another Mumbai, so you cannot conclude a culture on the basis of Bangalore. Bangalore is for, even I'm going to Bangalore means it's very much of a outside culture for me.
Okay, all right. And not traveled enough in Telangana or AP to know. I think they're very food oriented. That's what I can say. And probably if I had to attach words to Malayali culture, it's like deeply intellectual. Like at least all the Malayalis I've met, it's very high level conversation usually. Wanting to have that little deeper conversation, that vibe is there. That's all I know. Again, it's very surface level. I can talk a lot about places that I've seen, but I would like you to help me here. Mentality wise, what are the differences?
Mentality wise, I would say it's almost the same. Like, it's almost the same. What do you say? Education will be given preference in South India. Like, even if you can't feed your kids, you'll send them to school because they think education is the way out. I'll tell you something. When Britishers left, the education rate of Tamil Nadu was 7%. After Kamaraja's period, in just like 10 years, it rose up to 37%. So they were like all the political, politicians leaders were so focused on educating the people. The schools, even now, education will be given utmost importance in Tamil Nadu. Same wise goes with Kerala also. It's almost the highest educated state in Tamil Nadu. I haven't been to much of Karnataka and Andhra either. I've been to Kerala. But they are also, I think, very much, the cultural aspects are kind of same, but different. How do you say this?
Okay.
It's mostly the same culture, but in a different way. So, mentality, if you ask me about the mentality, it's almost the same. People, I can resonate easily with the Andhra, Telugu person rather than a North Indian. I can, connect easily with the Telugu person rather than a Punjabi person.
Okay.
So if you have to see the words they describe and talk to, there is so much difference in that. In Tamil Nadu, usually if you're talking to women, they say, "Emma, இப்படி பண்ற, வாங்கம்மா, போங்கம்மா, என்னங்கம்மா இப்படி பண்றீங்க." So amma, that's the village side. We'll call all the women as amma. But the same thing, I spoke to a Andhra guy. He suddenly, but mostly the amma sentence will be used for the elder ladies. He called me amma. No, amma, you shouldn't do this. I was like so emotional when he called me amma. Like no one called me like that. So the kind of addressing the women, the treating, how they treat the women. I think Telugu is also same with romance thing. That will also apply for the Telugu culture.
Generally, I think the south of our country is a little less sexist. Little less. It's a controversial statement from my end. But it is what it is.
What I'm seeing in the movies about the rural side of North India is true. It's definitely South India is like sexist.
It's very subtle. I mean, it's very subtle in cities. There is sexism we see even in cities. Traveled through India, just South India is safer for women. There's lesser crime in general. Again, you can't generalize. I'm sure there are pockets of South India which are dangerous.
See, definitely. The one thing is, exceptions are not examples anytime. So it's definitely there. There'll be always crimes happening. There'll always be issues there. We shouldn't portray that as examples. What we see as the overall, outcome of the society, that's what should be considered as an example. It's definitely South India is safer for women. I'll feel definitely, safe to travel in South India rather than North India. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to belittle the North Indians. No, but if any girl is in trouble in South India, mostly, I'm saying 90% of the time, I can go to any man and ask, Anna, can you help me on this? They'll actually help you. But I wonder, I'm not sure about the North Indian
That
culture.
is not the case.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm not, to be honest, haven't traveled to much of the North India. It's only what I'm seeing in the news and movies. So my idea of North India could be wrong.
There are pockets which are very safe. Like I feel the hills, strangely, are very safe.
Okay.
Yeah, like parts of Himachal Pradesh, parts of Uttarakhand. Generally, if I have, and I do have a sister, I have a mother, if I'm dating a nice Tamil girl at any point, then I won't be comfortable with her traveling alone across North India.
Oh, okay.
At least go with someone.
So in Tamil Nadu, I can easily go anywhere, like alone. I can go and do things. But of course, in the night time, we wouldn't suggest because mostly nice guys don't come out night time. You have the restriction, nighttime restriction, even for boys in Tamil Nadu.
Really?
It's so much there. You cannot step outside of home after 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Girls are expected to come home at least before it's getting dark. Boys are little lenient in that. You get until 8 or 9, but once your dinner is over, you're not allowed outside. If you're going outside means you're not a good kid. You're not obedient to your parents. You're like a waste fellow.
I'll give you cultural difference. The moment I finished my 10th standard, or maybe even 1 year before that, probably in ninth vacations time, if I stepped out of my house at 6 p.m., there would be nights where I'd come back at 7 a.m. in the morning.
What? No way.
Yeah.
See, how won't your parents worry about you? Like, oh my god, like if I was a mother, I would be so terrified. If my kid is not at home by 9, I would be so terrified. Like,
it's probably just city upbringing. I don't know. In Bombay.
Even in Chennai, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Even in Chennai, boys, if you go to Chennai, maybe if it's work related thing, mostly it's 9. No. In Chennai, it's like 10, 11, it's all shut down. So maybe the younger guys are not going out and, exploring the city. But if you come to my places and all, mostly at the 9:30, it's all shut down.
Yeah.
If you go out in the 11, whole, area will be empty. Even the main cities will be empty.
Yeah. That phase where I used to leave my house, and this happened from the age of 14.
Oh, no.
Up to now, it's happening now.
No way. No way.
It started as early as 14, and I'll tell you what, it was the most character building time for me because I saw very dangerous parts of Mumbai. I went to like proper crime infested parts. Like I went inside Dharavi. You know what Dharavi is? Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
I went in there to just explore with a group of guys when I was like 15. It was the most character building time for me, but it was also
imagine one single thing goes wrong.
I got ruined. Like I had bad habits, and I think they also formed in this phase. So I don't think I did the right thing, but it also formed my character. And I feel that character hadn't formed, I wouldn't be able to podcast. I wouldn't be able to do content. So I'm not batting for any side.
But not everybody, comes back to the...
Most people get ruined.
Yeah.
I had 2 sets of friends from that phase. One of that set has become entrepreneurial. The other set has wasted their life. Like gotten deeper into drugs, not doing anything, or doing very small jobs. The other side is doing ferociously well. So you put yourself at the risk of going on one of the extremes if you're a bit of a bad
Just
boy.
one bad step, you're gone.
Yeah.
So it's a very much a risky thing. I would rather encourage a restricted upbringing.
You want me to give you an account of some of the stuff I saw?
Yes, please.
Just I'm sharing my experiences, which I've not done on the show.
Yeah.
So I never got that chance.
Okay.
There was this phase where dance bars were banned in Mumbai.
Okay.
And it used to be a very prevalent thing. This is when I was like 13, 14. We used to read about dance bars in the news, and it was like normal. You would actually hear watchmen and taxi drivers saying, "Wahan dance bar." It was a very normal thing in Mumbai. Nobody knew what dance bars are. And our image of dance bars was created because of Hindi films.
Yeah.
That there might be a dance inside, there'll be drunken men. And I was always curious, and utne mein dance bars got banned. Now, a lot of those dancers eventually went to prostitutions or they went to prostitution or lost their jobs and then had to figure out something else. So this was a big part of news, and there was more curiosity about dance bars. Now, I remember this is when I was 17, just after my 12th standard. 17, I just turned 18. And I was curious. And I was very exploratory. I wanted to see what's out there. So the trend in my life that time was I would go with 2-3 of my other curious guy friends, some of whom have become entrepreneurs, some of whom have gotten wasted now in life. We'd go out at night at 12 a.m., 1 a.m., find a friendly taxi driver, and just say, listen, take us to a dance bar. He'd be like, you're sure you want to go? And we'd say, yeah. So he takes us to a place which you can't even tell there's something inside. It just looks like a normal building. But there's a very hefty guy standing outside just like this. He sees 18-year-olds walking in. He looks at us. He says, हाँ इनको जाने दो. Like, let these guys go through. You go inside one door. Then there's a soundproof door behind that door. Okay, when you open the soundproof door, there is a big hall. There are maybe 5 or 6 women in saris. Little sexy saris.
Okay.
Just standing, but not like anything too crazy. You know, just like slightly better than normal. Standing, no dancing happening. And then there's like tables at the edges of that room. And every table has a group of guys. One table has a group of uncles. One table has us. One table has a group of like clearly corporate professionals just coming there. And one table clearly looks more dangerous and is the high status table in the bar. So you know that it's probably some gangster or some high profile person. And the thing is, when you go out in the city and have experiences like this, you also start becoming a better reader of people. You start catching vibes of people much more easily. I think that's been a big blessing from this bad boy phase of mine. Now, we are 18-year-olds just absorbing the reality of being in an illegal dance bar at this time because it's not legal to have dance bars in Mumbai. Okay, and you see all these weird things happening, like waiters will come up to you, ask you to order alcohol. The alcohol is priced much more, but you don't want to seem like you're a kid. So then my friends would like order some alcohol there. The waiter would then bring out a big like bar of notes. And every 15 minutes, you would like throw notes on all the dancers. And they're not even dancing. They're just standing there. And then the waiter kind of comes to us and says, listen, these are also, some of them are prostitutes. So if you want, do you want me to talk to them? And we just say, no, we're 18 years old. Like, you're kind of scared already with all this going on. But then some of them would eye you. And they would keep staring at you till till they've caught your attention. Okay? We went there for a few nights. We went there for like 3 nights over the next 2 weeks just to see what that environment was. But there was this one night where that powerful table that I spoke about, you know, the high status table, we saw a guy remove a gun.
Oh my God. Imagine I'm seriously getting heart attacks. Like I can't even imagine my kid, getting exposed to these kind of things. It's heartbreaking.
We saw a guy remove a gun. He's clearly drunk.
Oh my
And he
God.
just removed it from his pocket and kept it on the table. Nothing like... And it was probably to just generate the effect that actually happened. He was trying to scare the 18-year-old group. We looked at each other and we just like paid our bill and ran out. Never came back. Okay, and then we went to like a slightly fancier dance bar also. Just the same thing but slightly bigger, more expensive. These things happen. Weed is a very big thing. Like, I'm sure it's a big thing in Tamil Nadu now as well, honestly.
Alcohol is very much prevalent in Tamil Nadu. It's being sold by the government itself. So people are getting addicted to alcohol. But weed, this is cultural identity. If you're into alcohol, means you're old. That's still a shame in being an alcoholic in Tamil Nadu. If your son is, drinking, means no one will marry your son. Okay. There's this guy, I got a marriage proposal from it's a very well respected family, rich family. They just told that a guy drinks like this guy drinks like 3 times in a week, but is not addicted, but he just casually he drinks, social drinking. My father said strictly, my father is an alcoholic himself, but he said strictly, I'll not give my girl to anybody who is a alcoholic, who is a drinking. He shouldn't. We have this idea when you're giving a girl into a family, that guy shouldn't drink, that guy shouldn't smoke. We have this, only then we'll get into it. If the lot of chances they'll lie about it and get married too, but if you say that you'll just casually drink, the high chances you won't get a girl to marry.
You mean there's an alcohol problem? Like they're addicted?
Yes, it's very much happening. Even I've seen videos of a school guy. He, bought alcohol, went and drank, somewhere, and he couldn't even walk back. Like, he's kind of saying the alcohol is kind of killing Tamil Nadu. The government should really look into it, but it's the thing is, majority of the income for the government is coming from alcohol in Tamil Nadu.
Wow.
You don't, the kind of money, I'll tell you, the ministers are arranging meeting with the officers and discussing how to increase the sales alcohol. But it's definitely making good money for them. They need money. I'm not blaming them. They need money to run the government. They cannot, we always have this, whenever there's an election manifesto, there'll be one thing very common in all the parties that alcohol will be banned in Tamil Nadu. But no parties will never done that. Even this government, they promise that the alcohol will be banned. But if you ask now, they'll be like, we never said that. So this kind of things will always be there, and government cannot function without this money, because it's like some 30,000 crores and all. I think it's for month.
What?
Something, I don't know. The very huge money.
Okay.
Majority part of the income for Tamil Nadu comes from the alcohol.
You mean Tamil Nadu government?
Yes, for government. Majority part of the Tamil Nadu government income is coming from alcohol.
Wow.
So they couldn't completely shut it down.
And there is a drinking problem right now.
Definitely, it is highly there. It's kind of increasing. It's seeing a huge rise.
Okay.
I see a lot of teenage boys and girls are getting into drinking. I see they are, of course, it's not socially acceptable, but it's happening. The drinking problem is increasing hugely. And recently, the government opened a kind of automated machine for buying alcohol.
Really?
Yes, it got a huge backlash. So I think they are taking it back. So it as a definitely the alcohol problem is getting little so bad in Tamil Nadu. The government will have to look into it, but I don't know. The major part of the income is coming from alcohol. They need to find an alternative, otherwise it's going to kill the state for sure.
Wow.
For sure. It's a very huge thing happening in Tamil Nadu. It's just in the past 10-15 years it's happening. Before that, the alcohol was there, but there'll be a shame attached to it. If you drink alcohol, your family will not be respected in the society. But now it's kind of becoming a common thing. See, I can't imagine someone actually told the potential, marriage alliance people that my son will be, he has a drinking problem. And when we say drinking, we don't say just drinking. It's a drinking problem for us.
Yeah. Like generally, do you think, very generally speaking, is Tamil Nadu's future going to a good place? Technologically, financially, politically? Or, you would like not to comment? If you'd like not to comment, no problem.
Definitely. See, we as a society, we are evolving all the time. It's not like we want to stay back. But the thing is, we have our ethical ways. We want to stay in connect with the culture also. We wouldn't be okay with... I'm telling you, you said about the women dancing in the bar now. I'll tell you how they looks to you and they approached you for prostitution, right? I'll tell you a few incidents. Few prostitutes shared their incident with us. If you're standing as a teenage boy, as an 18-year-old or a very young boy, in a bus stand or something like that, if you approach a prostitute, she'll tell you, go home, otherwise I'll call your parents. She'll tell you, the prostitute will tell you, because it's not culturally accepted. If you're a elder boy, they're kind of okay with that. How do you lead the younger generation? It's kind of a very much a cultural thing in Tamil Nadu. I'm very sure there's no dancing bars in Tamil Nadu. There'll ever be. The bars will be there. Maybe the clubs are there. Now people are drinking and dancing, but it's most of a social thing. There'll not be one woman dancing where other men lust upon her. That won't be happening in Tamil Nadu, I guess. I think the government won't let it happen for sure, because the government also very clear in this aspects. I really allow that part of the government. Even the culturally, people won't be okay with that. Just making a woman dance and sitting all and watching. I don't think that would be okay with us either.
Okay. This turned out different from the conversation I was expecting. But it was a fun conversation. Keerthi history.
You can cut the history part of that. We never talked about it.
Keerthi Tamil culture. That's what I was. Good conversation for you?
Yeah, definitely. It was
Okay.
like it's been. I never even looked back to these things in our Tamil culture. When you ask these questions, I'm kind of yeah, it's like that. It feels like that.
The reason I'm doing this show
Mm-hmm.
is primarily to spread free of cost education. And I hope that reaches every part of our country. I know that there's going to be a lot of Tamil kids who will watch this particular podcast. To them, I'd like to say, go see the other episodes. This was one of those conversations which I just wanted to have for myself. You know, so I'm glad we did this. And usually these are the ones that translate to the best content as
Yeah.
well. So I just had a lot of fun. Keerthi Tamil culture. And I hope you had fun as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe the next time we'll do some historical
Something.
conversations. But
For
thank
sure.
you for today, and I hope you had a good experience.
Thank you. It was really nice. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. That was the episode for today. If you're someone from Tamil Nadu, please spread this episode as far as is possible. Tell me which other Tamil celebrities or Tamil spokespeople you'd like to see on the show. Give us guest recommendations. Tell us how we can expand further into Tamil Nadu and the other 4 southern states. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong as a podcaster? Help me build this podcast further. I think the southern region of India is a huge reason I didn't stop the English podcast. The southern region and the northeast region, honestly. I want to keep growing this English podcast, and I'm only going to be able to grow it through your support. So tell me how I can make the podcast reach further into Tamil Nadu, into Kerala, into Telangana, into Andhra Pradesh, into Karnataka. And if you're watching this from the rest of India, as usual, give me your feedback in the comment section. And please tell me how we can improve our podcasting. Tell me what you thought about this one as well. Keerthi History will be back on the Ranveer show, and we'll be talking about history in that particular episode. Ranveer and the TRS team will be back. Curious as ever, excited as ever, positive as ever. Keep listening to TRS.